Okay, I might demonetize this video. I might delete this video or not. Let me know if I'm allowed to, because this is extreme personal stuff what I do, so don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, okay? So then I was in an old Turney's I was in a school called Turney School. It was meant for autistics like me, even though that wasn't completely true. Basically, yeah, it wasn't completely true. And I explained the basics. They done good primary school. It was a school where they have primary classes and secondary classes. I had a nice primary days there, but soon I came, older, like 10 or 11. Basically, yeah, my day was a bit annoyed. They don't understand how my hearing works. I get irritated very easily there. Like, for example, they don't understand my hearing. They use felt tips, and I said, please stop. And they said, sorry, but tough. And they use felt tips, and that hurts my ears. And they asked me, stop covering your ears. And that really hurts my ears. There's a lot of sounds that irritate me. Snoring, felt tips. Sometimes other things rub together on walls. And yeah, they irritate me. They don't treat me normal. They didn't even explain right and wrong properly. Soon I went to a boarding school, my life got better and I started to think clearer. But I'm just explaining before I went to my boarding school. Basically, Turner School didn't treat me like a normal. They didn't understand autism. They lied just to get money. Pretty much. They also irritated me to the point where I don't like it so much. And don't judge me completely. I went a bit too far myself as well. Basically, you know where the buses are? Well, you don't know, but then school buses where they drive and park. I actually done something a bit too far. I actually lied on the road waiting for the school bus to run me over. Yeah, that is a bit too far. I can't explain too much. I might demonetize this. Not demonetize, delete this. Or not. Let me know if you allow me to delete this, because I actually kind of feel a bit uncomfortable explaining what happened during all my life. And this was then I was actually 12 years old. I decided to do this because I suffered a lot in secondary school. Pretty much. I also been bullied many times in that secondary school, but not a lot, but I've been bullied most of the time and the staff don't even help. They don't allow me to defend. What happens is, I get bullied physically, and soon I fight back. The staff don't even punish them, they punish me, basically. And that's what I find really unfair. Basically, I don't fight back, and I get bullied, the staff don't do anything about it. They just say, oh, tough. Or they say, oh, you don't have... yeah, they don't really stick up for me or anyone who asks for help. That's how corrupt the Turney School is. Yeah, this video is getting dark. I really don't like this, but yeah. And basically, soon I got kicked out of school. Basically, this is a little bit too far, but I wasn't actually, to be honest, before I was actually got kicked out of school, I like to dismantle things. I used to like dismantling stuff. Not like badly, I just like dismantle them by screws. Pretty much. Yeah, this is basically depressing for me, explain how I am. But I'm only doing this to be honest. And the other thing is, besides that, my days were very annoying, but what happens is I bring the same screw where I dismantle other broken technology to I bring it to my secondary class, and what happens is they confiscate it from me. I understand why, because of people, but they didn't give it back after. They said they was about to give it back to me, and they said no. You know, I was about to leave the school. I was literally about to leave school, and they didn't come back after, and I complained really badly. And soon they kicked me out just for bringing the screwdriver anyway. Pretty much. It was very, it was annoying. My life was very annoying, pretty much. I had a nice time though while I was kicked out of school. I was very happy I was kicked out of school, to be honest. My days were a little bit okay. But till a corrupt social worker, and I was very bored easily, the corrupt social worker managed to convince my relatives to bring me to a care home. Well, not really convince, force her to, or ordered my mum to bring me to a care home. It wasn't by her choice, sorry about that. And basically, it was difficult. I went to a care home, and to be honest, I'm not really going to like to say this, but I'm being honest now. While I was in care, I had an abusive relationship with most of the people who were in that care home. Not the staff, the children. Not children, but the people my own age and a little bit older than me. Basically bullied me that I was actually 13. They beat me up to the point. There was another boy who I trust a little bit. And he was a little bit older than me. He's like 14 and I was 13. And that boy he manipulated me. And sooner or later, I'm not going to like to say this, but he sexually assaulted me. Yeah, for real. I feel like crying, but I don't want to say it completely. At least the staff kind of knew what happened and kicked him out of the classroom. Not classroom, they kicked him out of the care home. Yeah, pretty much. My days were really still not nice though. I get bullied, beaten up, and sooner or later they decided to steal all my stuff, what I brought to the care home. My stuff. Pretty much. It was really unfair. My life was horrible. I don't really like it. It's just, this is the Sculler's brain, and to be honest, I didn't understand why. And my life was very annoyed. But though I was in that care home, I developed some urges, sexual desires. And I'll be honest, that's then I realised I gained the urge for ABDL. You know, females in, diapers and that. Yeah, it's weird. I gained the urges that I was in that care home. And that was after I got that. I didn't even had urges until I were in there, so yeah, it was difficult for me. I understand why I was in that care home, because I got kicked out of school and I tried to be educated. But turns out I didn't understand. They actually just said this was basically a punishment for me being kicked out of school and basically other things. Yeah, it was a bit difficult for me. I was basically there for 2 years or 3 years. I left and I came 15. Not 15, 14. Basically, I was there for a really long time. I went there when I was 12. I got other things happened to me that I came. I'm not going to say the other thing, but yeah. My life was basically a suffered life a bit. And I'm only spraying this just to see what kind of mental trait I have right now. And to be honest, most of you are just going to be my therapist in a way. If you guys don't like how I sprain this, don't. I don't really understand why, but it's just my life. I never liked this life, but I just managed to deal with it. I feel like crying, but I don't want to say cry. Yeah. Another thing is, soon I went. My life was kind of getting better now. Soon I left that care home because my mum managed to convince the social worker, the corrupt social worker, well, not really convince it, that social worker got fired and been replaced by a mature, smart social worker. And that social worker understand I was just alright. And just brought me back to a better school. And originally I had two options to go which school. There was a school similar to Turney School, but soon there was a better school I liked, and it was called Southwick Park School. I picked that one. I picked the Southwick Park School because it reminds me of myself. It treats me normal. Yeah, that's why I picked Southwick Park School. My days were good though. That I gained some friends there at my Southwick Park School. There was a friend called Ben, and a friend called Josh, and a friend called Ian. Pretty much everyone I classify as friends there deep down. I just don't admit it. Pretty much. Because I had a hard time trying to trust people. Because ever since that day where I suffered off the hands of that, boy who were 14, I actually suffered and I had a hard time trying to connect with other people who are not my family. It was a bit difficult. Don't want to cry, but I feel like it. Yeah, I think I should not. Okay, I think I explained enough now. I'm not going to talk about it. I feel sad. Okay?